Good morning. Hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello. Good morning. It just goes to show you that you never know. I love, um, remember Forrest Gump, the movie? If you haven't seen Forrest Gump, you've got to watch it. And his famous line was, "Life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get." And he says my mother used to tell me, life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. and my thought, is that we have to hold it that way. We have to hold it lightly, like an adventure. Like an adventure, because we never know what we're going to get. Good morning, Amelia. Wow. It is. Here I am in Squamish. I rode out here on my motorcycle the last couple of days. My poor body. Anyway, it's a little sore this morning. And I usually do this reading at 9 o'clock in Calgary, so I'm up doing it close to 8. And it is pouring here. It is just like so cold and rainy. And it's like, of course, my imagination was that I'm going to come to Squamish. It's going to be so sunny and so beautiful. And so life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get. And I, that's like a spiritual principle. It really is. And if when things shift, when we have our idea of what it is we want, and it doesn't work out that way, it is. How lightly can we hold it? How freely can we hold it? That matters, I believe, in the moment. When we have a strong desire for things to work out a certain way, well, it takes us out of the moment. It takes us into, some imagined sphere as opposed to what we would call reality. So just recognize that there is a plan. It would seem that there is a plan. And that we're on a need to know basis. We are on a need to know basis. And maybe I've wrestled with this a bit. I really have. I'm like, yes, but what about all the stuff we were taught that, if we have this white heat of desire, if we have this clear vision, if we do our vision boards and we cut out pictures and we say this is what we want. I think, we can influence the spheres in some way. We can. But what if even that we hold lightly and we say yes to the moment, and that the universe can pull things together in a way more creative. We actually live in our full potential if we don't hold it too tightly. If we don't hold the how-to too tightly. We don't hold our idea of how to. Just recognize that my experience taught me that I don't actually know what's best for me, and that God does. Period. Full stop. And in my 12-step work, it became obvious to me, years and years and years ago, that I was powerless over drugs and alcohol. And I went to drugs and alcohol because in the beginning it made me feel better. I got taller. I was just a kid when I started, and in the beginning it made me feel better, and I got stronger, and I could dance, and I was, it made me a bit of a Superman. I wanted to be a Superman, but eventually it turned on me, and you know, and I have to say that in the beginning, drugs and alcohol were like a spiritual experience, and then it turned on me, and it was a false god. It was, but I was in so deep I couldn't get out on my own. I couldn't get out, and so I had to ask for help, and to stop using and stop drinking. I had to ask for help, and I did ask for help, and I asked for help in the 12-step world, and I got it. God has been amazing. I look at it and I say I can't think of anything else that I can point to that is a clearer example that there is a God in the universe than all of the people that I know who have recovered from a hopeless state of mind and body. And so as years have gone by, I've recognized that even like I had to surrender drinking and using, I also had to surrender my own decision making. Hi, Kathy. I had to surrender my own decision making and recognize that, hi, love, that my decision making was flawed, and it was often flawed by an innate thing inside of me called fear. Fear helped me to make flawed decisions. I was often making up. Good morning, Tracy. I was making up. Often my mind would make up scenarios that had me losing something and not getting what I wanted, or so fear would come up, and out of fear would come dishonesty, and I couldn't master fear on my own any more than I could master drugs or alcohol. So I had to surrender fear, and I had to surrender wanting and desire, and it's been beautiful, because now I'm truly not running the show. I just put one foot in front of the other, and just it seems to look after itself. It's like I'm in a ride at Disney, and doesn't mean that I'm not responsible in some way, but it does mean that I don't have to worry anymore. The worry is gone. My life has become much more effortless. There's a lot of traffic here this morning. Wow. Can you guys hear all the traffic? Anyway, it's raining. It's a pretty exciting place to be doing my reading this morning. So here it is, 24-hour day reading. Now remember, this was written in 1954. So it's a little, I always look at the wording and think, my gosh, okay, excuse me, that trip really knocked me out. Thought for the day, 24-hour day. Alcohol is our weakness, it said. And I don't know if I go with that alcohol is my weakness. It was my go-to. It was my solution, right? But that's what he says. Alcohol is our weakness. We suffer from mental conflicts, from which we look for escape by drowning our problems in drink. Now that was the deal. Yes, yeah. We try through drink to push away from the realities of life. Yes. But alcohol does not feed. Alcohol does not build. It only borrows from the future, and it ultimately destroys. That's what I just said. It turned on me. It really did. We try to drown our feelings in order to escape life's realities, little realizing or caring that in continued drinking, we're only multiplying our problems. Have I got control over my unstable emotions? No, I don't actually, and I never could really. Although in the 12-step world, I learned a lot of strategies. It helped me change how I saw myself. But the only thing that's really worked for me, I mean, strategies are good, but the only thing that really has worked for me is this reliance on a higher power, this reliance on God, just surrender. And that's the deal. Meditation for the day. So the 24-hour day book has three things: the thought for the day, the meditation for the day, and the prayer for the day. That's why I like it. It's just a real mix. And it's beautiful. And, this is help to do this kind of thing on a daily basis, for me, helps keep me on the path of reliance on God. Because self-reliance, I always get screwed up. Right? Self-reliance always screws me up. And I'm on the deck at my daughter's house, and Emily's actually with me while I'm reading this morning. Hi, Em. She just came out with her coffee. I haven't had my coffee yet. Oh, I'm coffeeless. But it's coming, right? Oh, no, I'll do it. Yeah. She was going to help me make my I do a special coffee, kind of a bulletproof coffee for my old brain. I try to keep it pliable. And God says it's okay if I help out. And so I in my coffee, I put turmeric, and I put lion's mane, and I put a little collagen, and I put MCT oil and butter from grass-fed cows, and I blend it up. It's pretty good. Anyway, that's my coffee. It's coming in a minute. Let me finish this. Meditation for the day. When I let personal plagues, P-I-Q-U-E-S, P-I-Q-U-E-S, it's a 1954 word. When I let personal, P-I-Q-U-E-S, pigues, I can't even pronounce it, personal pigues and resentments interfere with what I know to be my proper conduct. Resentments. Resentment's always me thinking something should be different, isn't it? It's always me in my head thinking God's made a mistake. So I just let it go. There's never room for resentment if I recognize that I'm not running the show. Anyway, when I am I'm on the wrong track, and I am undoing all I have built up by doing the right thing, I must never let personal plagues interfere with the living the way I know God wants me to live. Yes. When I have no clear guidance from God, I must go forward quietly along the path of duty. That's cool too. So the neat thing about strategies that we learn in the 12-step world is that it feels like we can't hear the voice of God. If we feel like, we're not in the zone, in that sweet spot, we're not living, close to the moment. We just do, we have guidance. We do the strategies, Must go quietly along the path of duty. For me, the path of duty is helping others. Yes. The attitude of quiet faith will receive its reward as surely as acting upon God's direct guidance. I must not weaken my spiritual power by letting personal plagues upset me. I have to look that word up. P-I-Q-U-E-S. I have to look that word up. P-I-Q-U-E-S. Can somebody look that up? P-I-Q-U-E-S. P-I-Q-U-E-S. Pigus. Anyway, that's a 1954 word. And that was the meditation for today. So basically, stay the course. For me, I stay with my 12-step people, my AA people, and I'm in touch every day with somebody in that world, every day. For me, I stay in the course is prayer and meditation, service, prayer and meditation, and just that's pretty much it. Honest. Yes. Prayer. Anyway, prayer for the day. I pray that I may not let myself become too upset. I pray that I may go quietly along the path I have chosen. Quietly along the path I have chosen. That's it. So I usually have my little book, but I left it at home. I can't believe it. I had it in my hand, and I left it at home, and so I Emily has a little. It's kind of like an iPad. Is it an iPad? And she looked up the 24-hour day for me. Yesterday, I didn't read it because I couldn't find my book. Anyway, that's it. I love you guys. And from RainySquamish, the clouds are so low you can't even see the chief, which is right over there. And is that the word? Oh, Emily looked up the word. That's weird. Okay, Pique is a verb. Third person present pigs. Okay. One definition is stimulant, interest or curiosity. I have plagued my curiosity about the man. Boy, oh boy, it's a strange word, isn't it? But the second definition is feel irritated or resentful. She was plagued by his curtness. Gosh. It's the name of a news magazine in Whistler.
Peak. It's called peak. Is what the word. Peak.
Oh, it's Pique.
Yeah.
Pique is peak. Oh, it must not peak. Okay, now it makes more sense. There we go. Anyway, love you guys, and that's it. I'm I'm away on a bit of a family trip, but my goal is to do this every day. Still, I have to sneak in a closet. I might have to. Okay, love you lots, and have a super day. Bye.